Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone Rule Well. And Akim try the falcons of the earth, serving the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai in sincerity and in truth. This is Brother Menashe of DC Camp, another short lesson to edify the hopeful elect. Alright, so I'm going to go through a quick lesson. Alright, just bear with me while I adjust while I adjust this camera, man. Alright, cause Esau's toying around with the lessons. Alright, so just bear with me, okay? So I'm gonna
Why build a pillow tower for nasal congestion relief? Try new Afrin Night. Unlike
petition your government, this government, to be able to stand.
Yeah, so this is what Jake in Nigeria is always concerned about, NSAS. They have the Jakes over here in the United States that are based in Texas, specifically Houston, Texas, calling on the so-called, the so-called Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, all right, to come speak to their concerns, representing, representing them, but they don't understand that it's all about of confusion they're getting themselves walked into. And that's the reason why the Lord Yahweh Shema is going to bring a lot of destruction into Nigeria, because a lot of folks just don't understand, man, that the turmoil that's coming is not basically because, he wants to, stop democracy. It's because he wants to deliver our people from out of the hands of the oppressors. Alright, so the same government they're running to over here, the same government that has their so-called puppets and agents over there. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the video and I get some precepts.
Fail to stand in opposition right now to the actions going on in Nigeria. Secondarily,
alright, so you know how it is, man. The same agents that they're using to pacify the people and the crowd is still the same agent they're using to destroy America here. So just understand, man, a lot of folks just like to drink the Kool-Aid, but they don't really get it, man. So for America to be destroyed, you gotta have folks like this woman, speaking on the microphone to cause the people to wander out of the way of understanding so they can be, sold down the river, all right?
that law and order is important, as it is here. And many of you know that we've suffered some tragic losses in the last days. But what we need from Nigeria is to set up a police force that acts in dignity and base its facts or its service on public safety. Yes. We must pay them. We must provide for their families in Nigeria. We must give them a decent income. We must recruit those who have come to do good. We must not force them to do evil or to do bad. And we cannot take out groups like the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, so it just shows, that destruction is on its way, That's why Lord Yabashim and Shabashim and Kwakadash, he needs to have mercy on brothers and get brothers out of here, because if this continues, man, it's going to be so traumatic, all right? So I'm going to read from the book of Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. And it reads, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." All right? So all people there in the crowd, man, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, that stay in Nigeria, they just don't understand that the Lord Abashima is doing something positive by letting this chaos happen, so that way our people can be delivered. But they don't get it, man. They want to hold on to Esau's system of governance. They want to hold on to the democracy all day and all night. And now you hear her saying, gotta consider and factor in the LGBTQ and everything else, man. So it just shows you, man, that it's sad that our people haven't waken up to the wiles of the devil, and that destruction is at the gate. So she's basically, preparing our people to be slaughtered. And you have women out there, screaming and yelling and cheering on. All right. So you just have to be careful, man. When it comes to these groups, you have to make sure you pay attention to what they're trying to do.
We are hearing the pain, and that's why we're here. Yes. I do not reject your pain, but we must act on that pain. Yes. We want no group to be denigrated, and let me say it so she can hear me. LGBTQ rights are human rights. The rights of those of you who stand here today, you were socially distant. Rights of different tribal associations. Is the Congressional Nigerian Caucus. That is the Congressional Nigerian Caucus.
Yeah, so you just got to deal with the craziness, man. All right, you just got to pray, Lord, that Abashima gets us out of here. So this is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." And that's what is going on with our people, man. They're so desperate for a solution that they're gonna have to go to the devil to solve their problems. But the Lord Abashima is letting that situation to get into something of non-effect. Because these people out there don't see what's going on, man. They rather hold on to a point, a contraption, of Esau's creation, and rather than them to seek the face of the Lord and be delivered, and hold on to the promise that the Lord Abashima made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Just say Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, and Yasha'Allah. It's that simple, man. That's why the whole situation is gonna get worse over there. And then verse 2 says that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
We want no group to be denigrated, and let me say it so she can hear me. LGBTQ rights are human rights. The rights of those of you who stand here today, you were socially distanced, are human rights. The rights of elders are human rights. The rights of the Chickasaw girls are human rights. The rights of women are human rights. The rights of different tribal associations and affiliations are human rights.
And that's what Esau has done. He has put that idea of human rights to mislead the people. So the Lord has to, come back and destroy that ideology. He's already pulling it down, with the gospel that's given, to the apostles and the elders and the brothers, the Akim of Great Millstone. All right. Verse 3, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion." Yeah, so just imagine when all hell breaks loose in Babylon, then they're going to understand that it's over. All right, they weren't prepared. And these are the folks that go to church every Sunday and they give their so-called money, hard-earned money, and then they get lied to and misled, And then you men of the Lord, they put up the lessons, and then they don't want to go along with what's been, what's been, made publicly available for them to be edified. Start calling, start calling Jakes over here a cutter. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad how Jake is, man. Jake over there is struggling to come over here because there's so much wickedness and corruption and oppression. And those that come over here, they get lost in the system because, they just don't understand that Babylon, aka America, is about to be destroyed. Okay? And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is letting them know that they need to get ready. And when you want to show them the scriptures, they give you a hard time. And that's Jake for you. Jake would never want to learn when he has the opportunity to do so. It's always when it's the last minute. All right. So this is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 14. It says, "Wherefore he said, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach Yahushua shall give thee light." So that's the congregation of the dead right there, man. That's the congregation of the dead. Nothing, what they're looking for is not worth it, man. It's not achievable because they're going about it the wrong way. All right. Verse 15, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." All right. So she's just in the so-called congresswoman is just in with the system. So she's willing to do whatever it takes, to cement her position. All right. And that's how, the Jakes over here, that have, been put in positions of office, they just play games and mislead the people. And you see the same woman, playing games and making people, making people go against the Lord. All right. If she's not calling for, the gun control, she'd be calling for, the woman's right to choose. Basically, a woman can basically have an abortion at the drop of a dime, anytime she chooses to. That's exactly what she stands for, man. So she's basically an enemy of the people, and there's nothing, our people can do to bring them down. Only the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai can bring them down. All right. Even then, Nigeria dealing with the same corruption too. So you just have to understand, man. It's just it's a waste of time out there protesting, man, because they're not going to achieve anything. All right. So and then I get the final precepts going to be from the book of First Maccabees chapter 1. I'm going to read from verse 11. "In those days, when there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein, that they went to the king, who gave them the license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief." And that's exactly what Jake has to overcome, man. By them going along with the agenda of the heathen, they're basically making themselves uncircumcised, and they getting, waist deep, neck deep in mischief. And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not pleased with that. And that's the reason why the men of the Lord are out there in the highways and byways, letting our people know that they need to return to the Lord. All right. That's why the Lord says, return, O ye backsliding daughter. All right, letting our people know that it's time for them to repent. All right. So expect, more crying and more yelling, because when you have a situation where people are stubborn, our people, they're gonna yell and scream until until they learn to do the right thing. So that's all I gotta say right now, Kim. So just gotta pay attention, to what Jakes from Nigeria are basically doing over here, when it comes to protesting. Shalom.